What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have at long last another unboxing video. So this costs just shy of $100 and it's got some really good stuff in here, some hardware that I've been meaning to update, and just some other general cubing related stuff that I'll get into in a bit. First, let's get this open. Alright, I think this is a big enough hole to grab the first thing, which is a new Gen 5 timer. Now the reason I got this is that I lost my main Gen 5 at Worlds, along with my Square One, but I did not feel the need to update that quite yet. This could be a blessing in disguise because actually at Worlds I was experiencing the first signs of my timer starting to die on me, where I'd stop the timer, everything would go 888, you turn it back on and it goes to 4 pad. Yeah, it was just starting to get really old, and so this is completely fresh, and I'm pretty excited to have one back. The past couple days of grinding Scoob have been a struggle with just my phone and my laptop, but now that I have a timer, it's going to be much better. Alright, let's just pull the slip and make sure this thing turns on. Oh yeah. Let's get that off 4 pad. Get this to work, and that is beautiful. Brand spanking new. Very nice. Alright, let's look around for the next thing, which is related. Of course, I had to get a new cable as well. I actually, for the longest time, did not have a cable with my last timer. I think I lost it just one day. That, or the cable was getting really bad, and it just wasn't registering half the time, and whenever I set the timer, it would just like disconnect or whatever, and I have to have it plugged in at a certain angle, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is cheap as heck. I mean, it's only like $4. Very nice to have this as well. It's gonna make time between solves much shorter. It is also nicer for live streaming and recording because you can't really see the time when it's just the timer and you're typing in the time into CS Timer. But now that CS Timer is actually gonna show it, that's gonna be really good. Just cubicle receipt. I don't know where the business card is. It's not in here. This is just the timer manual. It doesn't matter, we'll find it eventually. But first let's grab the smaller package, just like that. Alright, so this is the RS3M V5. Now, the reason I got this is, yes, my Dian Guhong Pro is not that old, and it still turns great and everything, but it was cheaper than this. I mean, these are both budget cubes, but I still want to try this out for sure because I've seen absolutely great things from people who have reviewed this saying it's the best for its price range. So I've definitely got to give it a try, and who knows, maybe this becomes my backup, or maybe I'll even set it up for OH if I ever care to get into that event more. I also get this sick robot stand, so let's go ahead and get into this. Thought I'd be able to just get it with my hands, but doesn't seem to be the case. Alright, easy enough. I don't really like ripping the box like this, but they never really come out whenever I want them to. Nice and easily. Alright. Of course it's like Legos where you can stick them on top of one another. And of course, get classic, not really important stuff, not a crazy cool box or anything. Not worth keeping. Except for this stand, and of course the legs move as well because you can sit or you can stand it. It's got even more stickers before I can get into the actual thing. And here we are. RS3M V5. Blue inners, I like that. Oh my gosh. Very nice. This is the ball core UV version. You can really tell it's UV. I mean, this thing is almost to the point where it's slippery. Now, I haven't quite decided if I prefer UV to broken in matte plastic yet, but I did just recently get another UV cube, which was the Dian Scoob at Worlds. I've set this up and I really like it. It's not main worthy, but it hasn't popped on me yet or anything, so it's quite nice. But yeah, this is like next level. Maybe I can get a better grip on it once I break it in and do a bunch of solves on it, but yeah, it's very nice turning, very stable while still being fast. It's like hard to even force a lockup on this. Ooh. That was my own fault. Okay, I don't want to overflick my M's then, which I can, oh yeah, M4. I actually want to do a quick solve on it to get further thoughts, but this doesn't want to set up yet. I think it's a little bit too loose for my liking, so I'll definitely tighten up. Oh yeah, this is very nice. And this is such a minor thing, but I actually like having a blue logo because my last two mains have been the Diane and the Tornado, which are both red logos. But whenever I see cubes with blue logos that aren't like Gans or something, it's pretty cool. My hands are a little cold, so it's not the greatest turning you've ever seen. Very, very interesting. I'll have to play around with it more to see what the best setup on it I can get is, because it's not instant main out of the box, I don't think. Yeah, I still think I prefer this just a little bit more. I've properly set this one up though. Out of the box, I think I'd prefer this to this out of the box. But yeah, this, I will definitely set it up. Get back to you guys later in the review with my setup and some solves. For now though, let's put him right back in the little robot stand. We'll be sitting here for the rest of the unboxing. All right, now let's get the last thing out. There it is. MGC 7x7. Now this is a big update to my hardware because my current main is a 2019 Moyu Alpha M. This is ancient, and while it served me well, and it's almost gotten me a sub 3 single in comp, I just really need an update. I can't really explain it to you, but the only thing I've been practicing post Worlds is Scoob and 7x7. So I really felt like giving my hands a break, hauling this thing around, because this is super heavy and much bigger. Yeah, that's the deal with this. I'm not saying 7x7 has become my second main event, but I'm also not saying that. You know what I mean? I still love Megaminx and Pyraminx, but there's something about big cubes that's always kind of attracted me to them, and I've also done pretty decent at them in recent history, like my podium in 4x4 and 5x5. I could add a podium in 7x7 if this lives up to what I hope it does. Now the other cubes in the MGC line have served me well, but other than the square one, I haven't really been maining them. I've mained the Valk 5 over the MGC 5. The 3x3s were great, but not main worthy. I got a bad 4x4 when I ordered the MGC 4x4. It had stripped screws in the core, and I just really couldn't figure out any fix to it. So that was short-lived. I like their Megaminx. I mained it for a while. They don't have a Scoob. If they have a Pyraminx, I don't know about it, and I have not tried it. Alright, so this is just a classic YJ accessory box. Oh, that's new. You got a assemblable cube stand. All this can go to the side. Alright, that's kind of cool. I wish they just gave it assembled like on the cube like that. I guess I'll still use it for the 7x7. Alright, and here it is. Let's get a quick weight comparison. This is so much lighter, by the way. The size is actually the same, but this is just so much heavier. I'm not sure why. I think it's just improvements to the plastic or the hardware or whatever, but yeah, here we go. Very dry. Still fast outers. Oh, I actually like those outers a lot. Very smooth. This definitely needs a little bit of breaking in, but it's a 7x7, so I'm not surprised. Inners. Oh yeah. Very fast. Oh my gosh. No, not already. Okay. That was just bad turning by me, but yeah, definitely needs some breaking in. It's very dry. It's still fast. It does catch just a little bit, and of course you guys saw the lockup, which, I mean, it's not like I don't get at the same thing on this every turn, but yeah, this definitely catches a lot more. I think the corner cutting is just better on this. Oh yeah. I think this is going to be my new main after a couple solves, and I'm really excited to finally have a cube that's not 6 years old. as my main. I think this is one of the last updates I actually needed in my repertoire of main cubes, so I'm actually really happy to have this. Yeah, I'll come back to you guys with a couple solves after I've broken it in. The V5 was not main worthy until I set it up. To do so, I lubed the inner tracks with Mystic and the pieces with Speedy. I also set the tension level to where the blue adjustment system doesn't stick out at all. It took hundreds of solves to adjust my turning style to be light enough to see my times improve. It's still not where it should be to handle this cube, but I've been getting a lot more 7-second solves since I've switched to maining this cube. I competed with this a few weekends ago for more cubing with the Cougars, which went well for the one round of 3x3 I was able to give my all in, and I almost got a pure sub 9 average. This setup has also worked wonders for one-handed. At home, my times have dropped from 18-19 seconds to 16-17 seconds, and I was able to achieve my first ever sub 10 on OH just a few days ago, not to mention 2 official 17 averages and an unofficial 13-second average. The MGC 7x7 took quite some time to break in, but once it did, my fingers were able to adjust to the stronger magnets and the cube got a lot more stable. I haven't been able to avoid massive lockups and the occasional pops that I've had on every other 7x7 I've tried, but they are definitely not as common on the MGC. I've also had a problem with turning just one layer, by which I mean sometimes I will do an outer D, L, or even R move, and the inner layer right next to it will also turn. I did compete with this 7x7 at more cubing with the Cougars, but I DNF'd my first solve due to this very problem. However, the DNF would have been a 251. Overall PB dropped by over 10 seconds, and I haven't been able to get close to that time since. When I mained the old Alfu, I was averaging around 3 minutes 40 seconds to 3 minutes 50 seconds at home. With the MGC, these times have dropped by nearly half a minute to the 3 minute 20 second range, and I still have a drastic difference between my at-home performance and my in-competition performance with 7x7, regardless of the upgrade to the hardware. Overall, I'm very pleased with the cubes I picked up in this unboxing. 2 new mains is always worth it, and as you can tell, the timer and cable work great. That's all for now though. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all soon.